In another world, a battle is ongoing as during the battle between demons and humans took place a few years ago. The human people would call the one swordsman who could repel demons and bring victory, and this person is called the Sword Saint. This swordsman received a great sum of money after defeating the demons that were given by the king himself. Later on, she decided to go fulfill their promise to their late comrade who passed away during the battle. We are then introduced to Eugene. Dawson, a 15-year-old apprentice swordsman whom is chasing a rabbit in the open field, but seemingly the horned rabbit passed by him, which suddenly he got passed by a woman chasing the rabbit in full speed. She immediately eliminated the target in a single dash, which upon a closer look is the master of Eugene. Lisa is the so-called master but also the sword saint of the continent. She reminded him to make sure that he remains calm when hunting, which Eugene is a bit disappointed as he tried his best. Eugene introduces her master as the daughter of the count's family, having said so she is very skilled in swordsmanship. Her swordsmanship is best known to be the best in the continent, which granted her the nickname Sword Saint. In this scene, he is being taught not to rashly act based upon his emotions, being grateful and listening closely, as he is the only pupil also living with an amazing master. As her master was talking, he took a glance at her big mountains, which her master noticed, questioning if he's even listening. He tried looking away as her master looks at him intently, which made Eugene slap himself as to why he was staring at her breasts. As the day ends, her master ordered him to take the leftovers, but upon checking, so the animal was not in a state where they could have it for lunch, which made the master sulk in sadness upon discovering so. In the end, the pupil and his master went to the supermarket, which she seemed to be too concerned and attentive to his words, which he brushed it off. Her master didn't thought the monster would fall apart easily. As such, they decided to head for buying ingredients in one of the market stalls. As she was going home, she is also recognized in public for being the Sword Saint, and also the daughter of a count, to which Eugene still ponders, how does the daughter of a count like her ended up in a way with demons? Lisa assured that it was not a big deal, as growing up she was the kind of woman that honed her skills, as she preferred training over dressed up, which her family was against it. Even though there were a lot of opposition, she still did her best in dealing with the crisis humanity faces, which Eugene mentioned that she resembles his mother, which she agreed, as they both seem similar in that sense. Eugene described his master as someone who isn't a commoner like him who would normally get involved with, and apparently the reason the Sword Saint became his master was because she made a promise with Eugenie's mother before her death. And as Eugene got older, he soon realized he didn't have a father but a mother who was like a father, as his mother was a rampaging strong woman who will eliminate bores as the norm. Eugenie's mother described him as more like his father, men being strong, but she assured that if something happens like her dying, she already has friends to take care of him, which according to her she won't die easily. But when the war with the demons started, his mother couldn't sit by and do nothing, so she immediately went straight to the battlefield. Upon leaving, Eugene bid his mother to be careful, which she asks him to not worry, as she would be back soon, as if she doesn't fight everyone will freak out. But a few years later, Eugenie's mother didn't came back, but it was the Sword Saint that did so. As he was plowing the field, the Sword Saint approached him, introducing herself as his mother's friend. She announced to him that his mother asked her to take care of him going forward. She also questions if he has any objections to the swordsmanship training starting today, but upon a closer look, she managed to step near the harvest, asking her not to do so. She wobbles and panics a bit, questioning if she really is the Sword Saint. The fact that his mother's friend is here instead of his mom. Lisa handed over her belongings, which upon seeing it up close, he immediately teared up and cried for his mother's passing that day. Ever since then, his master has been teaching him swordsmanship while living together. As their day starts, Eugene always cooks their morning breakfast, but Lisa insisted she took it upon herself to cook for them, which she excused herself as she will get changed, which Eugene questions this, wondering what is that about. As Lisa came back, she was wearing a heart-shaped Big Mountain Airways, a half-naked apron, which she questions Eugene how it looks like to him. Upon witnessing her outfit, he became in shock and flustered, wondering what is she wearing. Lisa is oblivious, pushing the idea that his mother reminded her that it was the common sense when cooking. Eugene questions that common sense, as he is pretty sure his mother was lying to him. Lisa doesn't believe that Cordelia, his mother, would lie about this, but Eugene explains that his mother have never cooked like this before, pushing the idea that it's just a prank by his mother, which immediately made Lisa embarrassed and blush upon discovering the prank. Mama Cordelia is a real one for doing this, God bless your soul. Lisa immediately fell down to her knees as she faced backwards to Eugene, not having the courage to face the embarrassment, asking Eugene not to look at him, which he stray away his gaze as the food was made by Eugene. He questions if it's still really alright for her to live like this even though she made a promise to Cordelia, which Lisa questions what's wrong about it. Eugene explained as she is a noble and won't she be married to if the war already ended. Lisa, on the other hand, is not worried, as her parents recommended that idea, but she strive her own path, wanting to decide things for herself, which intrigued Eugene as what kind of man she wants. As Lisa ponders about this, we are immediately transitioned back to the past. Cordelia and Lisa are at a bar again, with Cordelia bickering, asking Lisa to take care of her son. She assured her that she could lay her hands on him if anything happens, counting on her to take care of him. Lisa panics as she would never do something like that. She also reminded Cordelia on not agreeing to anything as she is a superior officer now. Cordelia was a drunkard, but she muttered being friends and not putting matters to rank anyways. Back to the present, Lisa revealed her type to be stronger than her, or at least land a hit on her. Eugene wonders if she ever met someone like that, what would be her course of action. Lisa immediately became flustered and shy, explaining if a guy like that appears, marriage would be the choice for her. Eugene, knowing this, set a goal to immediately become stronger, urging to hurry, which Lisa questions, as Eugene promises to himself on surpassing his master, starting a love comedy under the same roof. The very next day, Eugene starts his mornings very early, practicing and training every single day, pursuing his goal to be stronger than her master, having the goal to also pursue her master's whole. As he saw the sunlight rise, he immediately readied his master's bath. Right now, Eugene is a student while living together with his master. As such, he is preparing the hot bath for her. He immediately went to his master, bidding good morning, which Lisa called out to him for being late. As such, their morning started. The training also starts as Lisa taught her pupil the way of the sword and the basic swings. Having the mock battles, Eugene suddenly lost to his master. As Lisa complimented his performance, doing well, Eugene suddenly noticed something about his master being defenseless, as she was drenched in sweat. Her undergarments could be seen, which Eugene tried staying calm to not wake his dragon up by diverging his gaze. Lisa wonders what's this all about. After their training, Lisa showed her bazookas in front of everyone, pondering over the realization of it being a while since she started living with Eugene. She suddenly noticed a slight change on him recently, wondering what's the cause of it. She tried remembering if it's something about his questions on who she prefers to marry, brushing it off as it's probably not that reason as to why he changed, although it's undeniable that Eugene wants the fountain of youth dripping on his sword soon. As they ate for the morning, Eugene suggested going to the market afterwards. As they finished, Lisa suggested of taking care of the plates and asking Eugene to take a rest, which Eugene refused, making Lisa pout and a bit sad as she could also handle chores. Eugene in the bathroom intends to finish up, but he suddenly noticed a pair of underwear belonging to his master. Eugene suddenly gained an extra hard on calling them out as big, imagining his master in her undies. Eugene can't help but wonder what her size is, although he pretends to not see it, as this is probably one of her small mistakes being made again. But suddenly a loud scream could be heard. Lisa looked like as if she was rushing to get here, questioning if Eugene saw them as she tries to catch her breath. Holy smokes, those melons are hanging. Eugene wonders if his master isn't wearing anything as he looked at her, being oblivious to her appearance. Lisa suddenly swiped off the underwear, twitching as she spouts that everyone make mistakes, which she denies her mistakes, questioning if she ever does one. Eugene answered, agreeing that she hasn't ever made one, but in his thoughts Eugene called out her mistake on not being careful. Lisa suddenly hurried, leaving away in embarrassment, as it seems like she really can't hide her bazookas and mistakes as she isn't wearing anything underneath. The next day, Eugene finishes up early with his solo training, finishing his tasks in the process. Eugene wonders if his master has still not woken up yet from her sleep, which he decided to go check up on her. He knocks on her room only to be faced with silence. Eugene saw her master half bazookas out and still sleepy with bed hair, showing her defenseless state in the bedroom, ready for breeding season. Lisa woke up bidding good morning as she called out Eugene for being early than usual, especially than her. As she tried waking up, both her melon bazookas slipped out, asking to get ready to eat, but she suddenly became embarrassed upon the realization that her water jugs are showing to Eugene, which made Eugene sweat as it's a bit too late for that. Lisa screaming, telling her to get out, but Eugene couldn't get it out of his head the image he just witnessed. Eugene as of now wonders if he could become stronger than his master or will he surprised attack her small hole going forward. Lisa, on the other hand, called out to him for being a big dummy showcasing innocent and pure virgin vibes just like your existence. As the days goes by, Lisa, the master of Eugene, suddenly recognized his hard work and persistence, thus, she decided to reward her by buying him armoy. Eugene looked thankful as he could choose whatever he liked. Eugene is mesmerized by the armor, questioning if he should get one, but his master suggested getting something light and durable that could also hold her melons. But unbeknownst to him, Lisa suddenly reach out to his shoulders. Lisa unknowingly mush and bump her big melons towards him, making Eugene flustered and embarrassed, questioning his master's actions. Lisa didn't seem to mind this, but Eugene on the other, and described the experience of it being soft, squishy, and her smelling like a breedable female. Eugene reminded Lisa that she wants him to get anything he liked, to which he called out her forgetfulness, making Lisa pout and be angry a bit, questioning what he should get instead. Lisa is happy as it seemed like Eugene is willing to really listen to her. She immediately got flushed as she happily recommended something which Eugene thought that her master eventually would pick something for him. Lisa suddenly tried out a breastplate, which is the one that she started out with years ago. As the sight unfolded, as she can't seem to put it on, Eugene throbbed and became anxious seeing her try out the plate. Lisa tried putting on the breastplate, which she eventually did, but upon doing so, her big melons came to life and pop out. The other men in the store looked at her, staring intently at her chest, which the store manager points out her breastplate not being the size she needs. Eugene quickly saw the scenario becoming more of a show, which he immediately wants to get out of here quickly, as he can't let his master be shamed any further. As such, he suddenly called out to her. Lisa wonders what it is, which Eugene suggested to be the one to take it off. As such, he suddenly yoinked the breastplate, making her melons bounce in a jiggly form. Lisa called out to Eugene for the armor as he took a liking to it too much, which he decided to buy it. Back at the traini, Lisa suddenly noticed something, wondering as she questions why she couldn't perfect put on the breastplate compared to him. Eugene pointed out that it seems she has gotten bigger than before, making Lisa pinch her tummy. To her surprise, she seemed to be getting flabby, which Eugene pointed out it's not that kind of big, but towards her melons. Later that night, Lisa was exercising in her room as Eugene called out for dinner being ready. Lisa was wearing a clothing piece, suddenly twirling as she is drenched in some weird liquid. Eugene is surprised on the sight in front of him, wondering what she is doing. Apparently, Lisa is doing the best way to lose weight, according to the shop owner of the armor store earlier, which Eugene is oblivious to. Lisa pointed out that the main reason that the training they execute lacks intensity, which she invites Eugene on joining her. But Eugene can't face this as a virgin slammed the door shut, telling her to change clothes. Lisa is still oblivious to her big melons and only focusing on good training, and seeing that he seemed to hate exercising, Lisa called out to Eugene to not be angry as she took off her clothes, showing Mount Fuji and Mount Everest in the same continent. But on the other side of the door, Eugene is slumped as he calls out to her master, so oblivious to the things she has to mind of. The next morning at the Adventurers Guild, the adventurers are swarming in, with Eugene being in the pack. They looked intently at the posted quests, with Eugene picking out a simple Feng subjugation, confident in doing it all by himself, which he presented it to the receptionist officially. Aaron, the receptionist, questions if he's working with the Sword Saint Lisa, which he agreed, but as of today he will be going solo alone, trying his best. Eugene confidently assured himself that he could show his master that he could execute quests by himself from now on. A few hours earlier, bid farewell on going alone, wanting to try out things his master taught him in a real battle. Lisa, her master, insists on going with him, but he assured that it's not needed for that, as he's not a kid anymore. He doesn't need a bottle, but the whole book anyways, bidding farewell to her idea that he is still a child. As soon as he left, Lisa became worried, hoping things would turn out fine, remembering her friend's memento in case the worst happened. Aaron, the receptionist, happily cheered him on, hoping to see some good results, but on the background she seemed to not be compared, as Lisa's big bazookas is plain as day, hanging by the table ready to be eaten. The other adventurers is watching from behind her as Lisa became worried, as he's still unexperienced, as to why she disguised herself in a world of fashion as to not be noticed, which the other adventurers questions this, seemingly it's another prank by her friend, aka the mother of Eugene. As for Eugene, he finally set out, which Lisa quietly trailed behind him. The other adventurers watched in silence, seriously asking what is with her outfit and her intentions. At the forest, Lisa is behind, watching from a distance. As Eugene gets ready, she is seen showing off her undies and in a stocking ready to be breed. Lisa mentions that Eugene still has a long way to go, but Lisa made a mistake as she apparently ripped out her stockings, showing her but cracked to the audience, which is you. Eugene suddenly spotted a wolf Fong face to face in front of him, which he became a bit nervous. Eugene tried taking out his sword, but seemingly it made a loud noise, startling the wolf Fong and pinning him down. This made Eugene go in a battle 1 versus 1 with the wolf Fong. Being driven in the corner, Eugene misses, which Lisa dashes through the forest in her weird outfit for breeding, taking her sword out. She instantly eliminated the wolf gang, but in the process her clothes got tattered. Eugene couldn't believe the sight of her master being here. He questions her intentions here as to what she is doing, but she seemingly showed a breedable sight with her clothes ripped open. It seems Lisa is still oblivious to her clothing, which Eugene can't look at her directly. Lisa started talking, but Eugene couldn't focus as he ponders about her melons not fitting into that outfit. Eugene questions if she were following him, which she tried to deny, but in the end it's pretty much stalking, which he pointed out on wearing something other than her outfit with no other choice. He shielded her with his jacket, making Lisa happy and feel breedable, which he may be inexperienced with the sword, but he may be experienced with his built-in warm and hard sword pointed at her Grand Canyon. This is ManhwaCapped. Thank you for watching. That's the full chapter. Peace out, dweebs.